Morning, gentlemen. Every day it seems that another piece of the puzzle gets lost. And the irony of it all is it's so hilarious. Let's check out this story. MSNBC faces backlash from two journalists profiled in on-air segment about online harassment. Washington Post, Taylor Lorenz, 19th News, Kate Sosin have put the Peacock network on blast. MSNBC is facing intense backlash from two journalists who were the subject of an on-air report about online harassment they endured. On Friday, Washington Post columnist Taylor Lorenz and 19th News reporter Kate Sosin sat down for a joint interview and spoke about how viral attacks have impacted their work as well as their personal well-being. Since the report aired, Lorenz has repeatedly bashed MSNBC, claiming its report about online harassment has only led to even worse online harassment. So you got two female reporters who are doing an interview about online harassment. And they're mad at MSNBC because it caused more harassment. You see what I'm talking about? I mean, I can't even make this stuff up. Instead of using me for clickbait, NBC News needs to educate their journalists on how to cover these types of campaigns. Their segment lacks crucial context and only serves to fuel the right-wing smear campaign I've been dealing with for a year. The media must do better. She then wrote on Sunday, if your segment or story on online harassment leads to even worse online harassment for your subjects, you effed up royally and should learn how to cover these things properly before even talking about them. So you got one hack news outlet, the Washington Post, telling another, NBC, how to report on a story. I mean, that's like a crackhead looking at someone on heroin and shaking their head. Sosin also took aim at Peacock Network, saying the report misgendered the 19th News reporter, who uses the pronouns they and them. The MSNBC report groups Sosin among female journalists who face online harassment. I really did not want to get into this, but I don't know what to do. It's been 5 days since MSNBC pubbed the piece on gender-based harassment facing journalists and misgendered me. They won't fix it. I have asked. 19th News has asked and asked. Well, this woman puts on a tie and a jacket, cuts her hair like a boy, and demands to be called they or them. The way I see it is, if you want to be taken seriously as a journalist, stop acting so ridiculous. Sosin appeared on MSNBC while an on-screen graphic said 1 in 3 women under 35 experience online harassment. MSNBC did not immediately respond to a request for comment, but it's unclear how Sosin wants MSNBC to fix a segment that has already aired. So it's mad because the word woman is associated with her. But the whole interview is about women journalists who face online harassment. I mean, you can't fix stupid. Sosin continued, Taylor Lorenz and I were interviewed for 2 hours for this. The clip is essentially Taylor sobbing without any context on the violence online and often in our personal that journalists who do this work, especially Taylor, have faced. The result is that Taylor has faced a flood of new harassment, and I have been misgendered by news outlets across the world. Well, now everyone in the world knows you're a bitch. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it was pretty obvious all along. During the MSNBC segment, an emotional Lorenz shared the violent threats she received online. Sosin told MSNBC that they're reporting that journalists want to do but aren't able to do because it isn't safe. You feel like a little piece of information that gets out on you will be used by the worst people on the internet to destroy your life, and it's so isolating. It's horrifying, it's overwhelming. Lorenz claims she suffers from severe PTSD from online harassment and had contemplated suicide. Now, there's no doubt that when you put yourself out there, you're going to get hate in return, especially online. Females are just less equipped to handle criticism and bullying. Anyway, these alleged victims of harassment and discrimination always have some blame someone else. They never take responsibility for their part in it. Asking the entire human race to change their use of pronouns to avoid hurting someone's feeling is not only absurd, it's impossible. Most of us call it like we see it in life and gender identity. You know, my dad always told me, you better be tough, boy, because you ain't too bright. Anyway, that's all I got today. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll talk to you soon.